morning, welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday. Yes, thank God it's Friday, October the 3rd, 2025. And I am here to pick up a pre-scheduled delivery that's going to Hilton Head, South Carolina. I am almost at the pickup. Matter of fact, in the next second, I'll be at the pickup. Yeah, man, today is a nice day, nice breezy, cool day. It's not too hot. This morning was kind of cold, but other than that, too hot. So, yep, I am here. You've seen this several times. I come here so much. I come here a lot. At least 2-3 times a week, I come here to pick up from the pharmacy. Yeah, so I will be right back with you guys. Let me run in here right quick and see what they got for me to get. All right, guys, I'm back. This is what I had to pick up. I'm not going to show the front because it has the person's name and address on it. It's just pharmaceuticals. Put the seatbelt on, and then I'm gonna head on my way to Hilton Head. Gotta stop at Parker's once I get West Ashley, which is a part of Charleston, to get my cheap gas. Y'all know I like that cheap gas. I know all the gas stations that has the cheapest gas. And like with my business partner go places, I'm like, make sure you get off on exit so-and-so, because they got the cheapest gas. So yeah, I know all the cheap gas at. Everybody getting their lunch today. They got the little food truck out here. Got like 2 or 3 of them out here, these girls. Be out here getting their food for their lunch. And listen, a lot of people don't know that. If you got a food truck, post up at a warehouse. This area, this street right here, I'm not even gonna say the name of the street, because if you're from Charleston, you're gonna know exactly the pharmacy that I pick up from. So I'm not even gonna say the name of the street. But anyway, this area that I am in is nothing but warehouses. I mean, Cummings, Bosch, like all those big name warehouses. There's this whole street. This street is like 5 miles. It's nothing but warehouses. If you got a food truck, come and talk to like the I don't know, the manager, the supervisor, whomever at these warehouses, and see see this young lady. She's not even posted at the warehouse. It's like when you come out of the parking lot on this side, come out of the parking lot, like where I made the left turn at, it's like a little opening. It's like a dead end type, situation. And the food trucks are like lined up right there. I'm pretty sure they had to get permission to do that, but still, like, they're out there. I don't think they're out there for breakfast. I've never seen them out there for breakfast, but I've seen them out there for lunch. And then I've seen them out there like early part, I guess you would call dinner, but it's not like late dinner. It's like maybe 5 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock. I see them out there. So it's the same 3 food trucks. So I'm pretty sure they had gotten permission for that. But if you got a food truck, go to the warehouse areas in your neighborhood, in your city. Find out if you can post up. Not even on their property, like maybe outside of the gate. Because a lot of people that work at warehouses don't have time to go off site to get something to eat. They'd rather be able to walk right on out the gate, get their food, and go right back to the cafeteria or the break room and sit down and eat. They don't have time to go drive around, and then they gotta wait at the drive-thru or whatever the case may be when you like right there. So a lot of people I see, they're posted up like on the side of the roads or maybe at a gas station. The gas station is a good one, but warehouses is a great one, especially if you're going to you can do breakfast and lunch. You can do lunch and dinner, and you can be there every day that they're open, Monday through Friday, or if they got shifts on the weekend. I know a lot of warehouses are closed on the weekends. Some of them are maybe open if they didn't get finished with, whatever they got to get finished with on Friday. They may open for half a day on Saturday. Like, coordinate with the management or the supervisor. Find out, the schedule. Man, you can make a killing, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I've been in hospitality for 30 years. 30 plus years, I'm gonna say that. I've been in hospitality. My first thing before I jumped into this business was to go and get a food truck. That was the first thing I thought about, because that's all I know was, food. I started as dishwasher, line cook, prep cook, supervisor. Then my last several positions was a manager. I was a salary manager. I've written several recipes. I've been featured in several magazines here in Charleston, including Southern Living. That's the #1 magazine. I've been featured in there. I changed this restaurant I was at. I changed the whole menu. I mean, the whole concept of the restaurant. The last restaurant I worked at, I did the same thing. I create recipes. I create menus. And you understand what I'm saying? Because I have my style is eclectic. You know, I would coordinate, say, Southern food with maybe, I don't know, let's say Southern food with maybe something that's Japanese or whatever the case may be. I take some of every culture and I mix it into one, you know, with my own flair. So that was my first instinct, was to get a food truck. I looked into getting a food truck, and to be honest with you, at the time I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money or the credit. I didn't have it, neither one. So when I looked into it and I saw how much it cost for the one I wanted and everything, you know, they fully equipped and everything like that, I was like, man, if I had the money, I would have done it, because my plan was to hit the warehouses, right? Have something already set up Monday through Friday. And then I wouldn't even say Monday through Friday, I would maybe do Monday through Thursday. Because Friday and Saturday and Sunday, I was going to hit the festivals. Because not as you take it in your state, there's a festival for everything. I mean, like, rice, in my area is grits, it's rice, it's strawberries, it's I think last week was like the strawberry festival. You got sweet potato. I mean, you got any kind of festival, man. Like, I think we got the Caribbean Jerk Fest this whole week. So it's like I was gonna hit festivals just all around South Carolina. Maybe hit some in North Carolina, maybe hit some in Georgia and Florida, but I wasn't gonna go no further than that, and not even far down in Florida. But they have festivals for every freaking thing. I mean, I went to Pittsburgh one time to the Steelers game, and they had a pickle festival where everything was related to pickles. You know, and it was fun though. I ain't even gonna lie, it was fun. They had drinks that was made with pickle juice. They had a candied pickle. They had all kind of pickle stuff. So it's like that was my plan. Find a warehouse, hit them up, maybe for breakfast and lunch or just lunch or whatever, and then hit up the festivals Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Pack my family up. We get in the food truck, and wherever we going, we go for the weekend, and we hit them up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know, Sunday afternoon we make our way back home. That was my plan to do that 2 years ago, but things didn't work out like that. My job ended. Everybody got laid off, and they didn't give us really any type of warning. Well, I knew that it was eventually going to close, because we opened, everything was great, and this guy, he got this old building. He bought this old building, and he's cosmetic. He did cosmetic surgery on it, if you know what I mean. Like, he painted it, he made it look beautiful and nice, but he didn't realize that he had underlying issues. For one thing, we opened in January. We opened on my birthday, January 17th. So it was cold. So there was no need, for AC. So here comes spring break. We go turn the AC on. AC don't work. The building had 3 units. Didn't work. So then he had to go and buy 3 units to put in there, and it would work a little while. After a while, it stopped working. It would trip the breakers. So that went on. So now, of course, if you have a warm environment, it draws flies. So now we have a fly infestation problem. So now the customers are calling DHEC. DHEC is coming in, and listen, I keep a very clean kitchen. My kitchen is clean. My kitchen is organized. I mean, very, very organized. But because of the AC not working, the fly issue, it caused the coolers to start breaking down because the kitchen is so hot. So eventually we had to end up closing down. We closed down. He got the work done. For one thing, the roof didn't have any insulation in it. So that's another thing that was not keeping the restaurant cool. Along with, even after he got the AC units fixed, the restaurant still was not staying cool because of the building was not insulated. It was an old building. So had to close down. So they spread all of us out. We all went to different restaurants and worked until he opened back up. But it was supposed to have been 2 months, right? 2 months turned into, I think it was 8 months. So me and 2 other people went to one restaurant, and like I said, everybody just spread. He just sent because he had different restaurants, so he sent everybody someplace different. The restaurant I was at was called a snack bar. The restaurant he sent us to was a pizza bar because his thing was pizza. The snack bar was a new concept that I came up with. That brought it to his attention. We decided to do it. So I had to get him going to a pizza bar. Don't know anything about pizzas. Don't know nothing about making dough and none of this kind of stuff. So all of this stuff was new to me. It didn't take me long to learn everything. It didn't take me long to learn how to, because everything was made from scratch. So it really didn't take me long to learn everything. And as a matter of fact, after the 8 months, I didn't want to leave the place. I wanted to stay. And the employees there, we got along so good, even though I went there as one of their managers, because at the time I was a manager and then they already had a manager, so they had 2 managers now in the kitchen. And it's like we all got along so good to the point that when it was time to leave, I didn't want to leave and they didn't want me to leave. But we had to open back up. So we opened back up, but this time he hired an executive chef that would be over all the restaurants. Sorry, y'all. I was trying to check my phone. What happened? I was trying to check my phone and it dropped off. I'm sorry. Seemed like I had a text or something coming from a company. I was trying to read it. Anyway, he hired an executive chef. So when we opened back up, they decided to change from the snack bar theme. Now this restaurant is on the beach. You understand? It is on the beach. So it was like burgers, I had quesadilla, I had wings, I had, bar, beach vibe type of food. It was more like Caribbean. I had a Caribbean flair to, my menu. So anyway, he hired an executive chef. He decided he wanted to change it to Mexican. Now, I'm not racist and I'm not prejudiced and none of that kind of crap. But the area that we were in was predominantly white. And these people had money. You understand? To the fact that they would send their kids to the restaurant with the credit cards to buy whatever they want to buy. Because we had soft serve ice cream, we had icy, we had all kind of flavored sodas and punches and juices and just all kind of stuff. So the kids would just come, they'll eat, they'll swipe the parent credit card, or maybe the parent had them a credit card or debit card, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm not saying that white people don't like Mexican food, but what I was saying was that because of the area, because it was close to the beach, it was not in a touristy area, for one thing. It was a local area. So it's like you have to give people in that type of area something local. So the Mexican thing, we open up. Now that's another whole ball game, because now I gotta adapt to Mexican food. I gotta adapt to learning how to make the Mexican food. So this so-called executive chef, he comes in with all these ideas, but who is the person that has to put the recipes together? Me. So he gives me these ideas of the ingredients, and now I got to try to test them out and measure them out to make sure I have the correct measurements. I writing down a cup of this. Once I get the recipe done and on all the ideas we had, then we had a tasting, and then they came and they tasted it to see maybe I needed more of this, less of this, whatever the case may be. And so we finally tweaked the recipes, and then gave them all to him. They printed them all out and put them in the book. Now, mind you, he came up with the idea, but you might as well say I was the one who came up with all the recipes, because I had to put all the ingredients together. I had to measure all the ingredients. I had to, tweak it until it was perfect for the tasting. So you might as well say I did it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It may have lasted. Okay, and then they also brought in these extravagant coffees, like these machines, these coffee machines, espresso and double shots and all this other extravagant stuff to go along with this at this Mexican restaurant. Guys, man, listen, it didn't even last, I would say, oh my God, like 3 months. It may have lasted 3 months. And it was a big hit in the beginning, and then people started criticizing things, saying, why didn't you come back with the snack bar food? Why didn't you come back with hamburgers? And the neighborhood just did not like it. Because this is how I feel when it comes down to Mexican food. If I'm going to go to a Mexican restaurant, I want to go to an authentic Mexican restaurant where they're, we were making everything from scratch. Don't get me wrong, but we didn't have one Mexican in the kitchen. You understand? So if I'm going to go to a Mexican restaurant, I want to go someplace, like we have this place called El Molino here in Charleston. Listen, they have the best quesadillas. They have anything burrito, they have the best of. Tacos, the quesadillas, the burritos. It's a meat market in there. It's a grocery store. It's like a big freaking supermarket that has a restaurant in it that sells food. The rice is good, like everything is good at El Molino. I love El Molino. And that's authentic. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that we weren't authentic. None of us was Mexican. So I didn't take it as being authentic. And maybe the customers took it that way too. Like, I don't see Pedro back there. I see Hannah back there. I see John back there, but I don't see Pedro. And they just stopped coming. They stopped coming. And I told everybody, I said, we're going to close down. Because mind you, I'm the manager. I'm making the schedules. I'm doing the payroll. I'm doing the ordering. I'm doing the inventory. So I see that we're not making any money. And I told them, I said, they're going to get rid of us. I said, they may get rid of me and not y'all, because, I was making $85,000 a year. Plus bonuses. And vacation time. So I knew that they were going to let me go. I really didn't think they were going to let me go. I thought maybe they would have said, well, we want to keep you on, but we have to drop your pay down, or whatever the case may be. Now, the people in the kitchen, they were making $20 an hour. My dishwasher was making $18 an hour. Because like I said, when we first opened as a snack bar, it was pumping. The money was coming in. But we had those technical difficulties and we had to close down. So everybody was making great money. My supervisor, he was making $23 an hour. So I knew eventually that either they were going to close down or they were going to let some of us go. So they ended up calling us in one day, and they just broke the news. Well, we're not going to be able to keep y'all. We're going to have to close down, so and so and so. And I didn't get upset. You had a couple people that did get upset. I didn't get upset because I already knew. And I already was telling everybody, like they're going to close down. You got to have a plan B type situation. So I gave them the keys. And they were looking at me like, they thought that because I guess, I'm black, and they thought that I was going to go off or flip out or whatever. I just gave them the keys and stuff. And it was like, well, do you have anything you want to say? And I was like, no. Nope. Do you need to get anything out of the kitchen? I was like, yeah, my recipe books from when it was a snack bar, and now that it's the Mexican bar. Because I came up with those recipes. So yeah, I want all my recipes. It was a lot of things I bought for the kitchen out of my own money that I ended up leaving there. I didn't take it. I just left it. I mean, I used to always buy stuff. I'd go to the restaurant supply store. I see things I saw that we need. I would just buy it. I just ended up leaving it because I'm like, I don't think I want to work in any more restaurants anymore. I just felt like I was being used and abused and used for my talent, and at the end of the day, I was not getting the respect that I felt that I needed. So I was like, I'm not going to be in the restaurant business anymore. I don't need none of that stuff. I did take my recipe books. I ain't even going to lie, because I'm thinking about coming up with my own line of seasonings and wing sauces and some other things I'm thinking about coming out with. I just have to figure out how to do it. A friend of mine, she did some sauces, and she's supposed to be giving me the info on how to, do what I need to do. So I'm thinking about next year dabbling in some of that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I already kind of knew. So we got laid off. I already was looking to the career business, and I jumped in head first. Not even thinking, not even knowing what it was all about. Going off of YouTube channels and people capping, lying. Capping is lying, if y'all don't know that, about how much they make, what all they doing, and come to find out, it ain't true. It's not true. You can make that kind of money. When I first started, I wasn't. I am now, but they don't tell you that. They don't tell you, but when you first started, you're going to have to struggle. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to get your own contracts. You got to get your own customers, your own clients, so and so and so, in order to make $2,000, $3,000 a week. They don't tell you that crap. They tell you, sign up for this gig gap, sign up for that gig gap. You're going to make $2,000 a week. And that's not true. So, you know what I mean? But hey, this is the way I look at it. This is my model. If you get into anything and it's easy and you don't have to struggle, you don't have to go through anything, it's like you're not learning anything. So just say you get a business, and the business from day one, takes off, and you're making all this money, and there's no stress, there's no nothing, and now here it is, a year later, something happens, and the business falls off. Now you're devastated, and you're crying, and you don't know what to do. You're pulling all your hair out, your hair turning gray, and everything else. Like, it's gonna take you forever to recover. But if you get into a business, and the first year is rough as crap, and you're making all these mistakes, you're not making the money you thought you could have made. It's like you're going through trials and tribulations, and God is testing you in every freaking direction and in every way. But year 2, here it is. It's getting better. You learn from it. You're starting to make more money. You're starting to be able to save money. You're starting to be able to pay off some bills. You're starting to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Then you're in year 3. Now, guess what? The first 2 years is gone. Now, the bills and debt that you've been in is gone. It's paid off. You're able to relax more. You're able to take some trips and vacations. You're able to spend some family time with your family. You're able to start really saving more money. You're able to start looking into other passive income. You know what I mean? Or investing, or whatever it is that you can do to maybe put a car or 2 on Turo. Like, you're able to start, creating generational wealth for you and your family. It's like you've learned so much, so now if something was to happen, you wouldn't freak out, because guess what? You already freaked out. You already been stressed out. You already pulled your hair out. You already accumulated a bunch of gray hair. You understand what I'm saying? Like for real. Like, seriously. So something happened right now, like, you ain't gonna get upset. You're gonna be like, well, it happens. You need 4 tires for your van. You go to the place to put tires on. You're twiddling your thumbs. You're looking on Facebook. You get your headphones in your ears. You chilling, but you got to spend $800, and it ain't phasing you. Because guess what? You done been through the worst. You've been through the worst. So anything else that could happen is nothing. It's nothing. And you've made all your mistakes. I'm not saying you're never ever going to make any more, but you've made all your major mistakes. So now you know what not to do. So when a lot of people say, oh, that's the devil this, the devil that, it ain't always the devil. It's not always the devil. And I'm not a church going Sunday person. I do read the Bible. I do read the Word. I'm not preaching to anybody, anything like that. What I'm saying is, it's not the devil. Sometimes it's a way that God tries to teach you a lesson. I've been through so much in the last year, and April made a year for me, so a year and maybe 4 or 5 months. So now, nothing phases me. Nothing phases me. If I had to put 4 tires on the van that's now sitting in my driveway, not moving. I didn't say anything. I need 4 tires. I sat there, playing on my phone, because I've already been through the worst. And now, the best is yet to come. Here it is next year in April. I'm trading my van in because I don't need it. I really want to trade it now, but my credit is not where it needs to be. So I need to wait 6 months because I am started working on my credit. I finally paid off. All my debt is finally paid off. Now all I got is credit cards. So end of this month, I'm going to start working on my credit. I'm doing this thing that's called a snowball effect, whereas you pay off your lowest credit card, and then the amount that you would normally pay on that credit card, plus how much that credit card was. Like, just say I got one credit card, and it's $400, and I was paying $50 a month. I paid that credit card off, so I take that $50, and the next credit card I have, just say I pay $40 a month on it. So I would take that $50, add it to that $40, that's $90. I take that $90, now I'm paying the next credit card off. After I pay that one off, I take that $90 and just say the third credit card is $100. So now that $190 is going to the third credit card to pay that off. So that's called a snowball effect. You understand? That's my idea that I came up with. I have a financial advisor. He advises me of a lot of stuff. He actually told me about a different way to do it, but I decided to do it this way because I think that it'll get paid off faster if I do it this way. So I'm giving myself 6 months to have my credit cards paid off, and each one will be reported to the credit bureau. So next year I have my van for 2 years. I'm going to trade it in. I'm trying to figure out if I want to trade it in on a minivan or if I want to trade it in on like a small SUV, because I am going to get more into the medical courier space. I'm going to get more into that. So I wouldn't need the van at all. As a matter of fact, the end of this year, after the holiday season is over, I'm going to get rid of the gig apps, except for Airspace and Uber Eats. All the rest of them, and I might keep Curry, even though Curry ain't doing crap. But other than that, all those other ones is gone. I barely use them now. Majority of the time, they don't put out any orders. So I'm going to get rid of them. So yeah, I'm getting rid of the van. You know, at first I thought it was like a failure type thing, but then I realized that it's not. I'm not a failure because I'm still moving. My wheels are still moving, even though I'm in the car. I'm actually making more money than I did in a van. So if anything, I see it as progression. You know, everything is not always gonna stay the same. You have to progress. You have to grow, and you have to realize, you know, you might have to change your lanes. So everybody's like, you shouldn't get rid of the van. You shouldn't get rid of the van. I'm like, you want to take over the payments? You want to pay that $674? You want to pay that commercial insurance? I'm tired of paying it and I'm not using it. You know, if I can get a minivan, I can get regular insurance. And the amount of money that I pay for the van every month, that's $674. That probably can pay for the van monthly and insurance for the van. So why not? I'll be saving more money. Boom. Let me grab some gas. I'll touch back with you guys when I get to the drop off. I talked a lot today, and I don't really want this video to be too long, but I'll touch back with you guys when I get to the drop off. Alright guys, I am finally at my delivery location here in Hilton Head. I said if I ever get enough money and I can afford to retire and come to a retirement area, it definitely would be Hilton Head. Hilton Head has some of the beautifulest houses and areas out here that have lakes throughout them, have golf courses, big clubhouses, like it is beautiful out here. Fishing areas, it's beautiful. Hilton Head, Bluffton, or Beaufort have the best subdivisions. They're expensive now. You ain't gonna get nothing for less than $500,000. They're gonna be $500,000 and up. Like golf courses. Like it's beautiful out here. Sometimes you see deers walking around in the daytime. Like these houses are so nice. But you gotta have that money. You gotta have that paper. I ain't even gonna lie. You gotta have that paper. And yep. I mean, these are some big houses. They got an area called Sun City. Oh my God, man, those are some big houses. We got a Margaritaville down here now. I said I wouldn't mind coming and staying for the weekend. And if you guys are familiar with Margaritaville, it's like a resort. And the first one I've ever been to was in Orlando. I didn't stay there, but they had shops and restaurants and bars and stuff, and you could have just went and walked around. They had like a big water park and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really a retirement area. Hilton Head, Beaufort, Bluffton is really a retirement area. So a lot of people come and retire out here. All right, where are you going? Let's see. I should be pulling up any second now. Oh, right here. Okay. Side. That's what it says. Let me turn around. I gotta turn around, y'all. A minute. Alright, I'll be right back. Yeah, that was a quick drop off. Let's see. Very quick drop off. I should be home around 4. Well, I ain't going straight home, but I'll be at the office around 4 to get my pay for this run. I got up here late today, and I am never late, y'all. I am never ever late, but when I left the house, well, I thought I would have been, hold on. I thought I would have been, I thought this was going to be an earlier pickup, but they ended up texting me saying that it wouldn't be ready till 10:30. So I took my son to school. What's going on? U-turn, what y'all got going on around here, man? So anyway, I took my son to school and I went back home, ate breakfast. I always kind of go over my finances every day. And I got a whiteboard, and I normally go over my whiteboard to see what bills is coming up. And I try to always pay my bills ahead. So any bills that I have like next week, where the hell am I going? If I can go ahead and pay them, you know, I'll go ahead and try to pay them early. So when, you know, that time comes, it's done. So that's what I normally do. I normally do that every day. Every night or every morning. so I could make sure that, you know, everything's adding up, my bank accounts is adding up. I'm financially, you know, my finances are straight. So, yeah, I did that, and then I said, well, I'm about to go lay back down. I went and laid back down, got up, took a shower, I had to iron my clothes, and got out of the house, and on the way there, it was a stalled truck. And coming from my house is only like a 2-lane road. Cause like I said, I live in a rural area. I don't live in the city. I live in a rural area. Oh shit! Man, why does this thing keep taking me the wrong freaking way here? Like, what is going on? Anyway, it was a stalled road, a stalled truck. I'm sorry, in the road, and so that held us up. Went and got the package from the pharmacy. And it just seemed like it was so much traffic today. Like, I mean, the whole way up here was so much traffic. I got to the pharmacy at 11. I was supposed to get there at 10:30. Which this is going to a patient's house, so it's not necessarily have to be there at a certain time of the day. But, you know, I wanted to get up here. I wanted to pick it up at 10:30 and get up here at 12:30. So I can get back around 2:30 and it'll still be really early. But like I said, with that stalled truck, and I didn't get to the pharmacy till 11, and that prolonged me getting up here. I didn't get up here until a few minutes ago. Well, you just saw that. That was like 150. 150. Like, oh my God! I should have gotten up here like 1 o'clock. But it was so much traffic coming up here. So now I'm not going to get back till 4 o'clock. But anyway, it's all good. I'm going to text my contract number 2 when I get about 30 minutes close and see if he have any parts or anything that got to go out. But she wouldn't know that until they call him. It's not the only thing about this contract. He doesn't know what he has going out until they call them and say they need a part. So it depends on the company that calls and like, well, we need a monitor, we need a SIM card, we need whatever's broken, they need it. So it's not like he have packages going out all day long. They call him and then he gets the driver to take it. But he did ask me yesterday, because I did that run for him last night, what my schedule looking like. So I did tell him I had this afternoon free. All day tomorrow, and then Sunday, but it has to be really, really, really early, because I like I said, taking my family to the OKC Charlotte Hornets game at 5. So whatever it is, it got to be short, and it has to be early in the morning. Other than that, if it's anything after 12, I won't be able to do it. But this week has been a great week. I mean, really, October really started off strong and great. Like, I made $1,600 in 4 days. So the money I make today and tomorrow is just bonus money. Last night I paid off another bill, and I paid an extra month on another bill I have when I get home today, because I normally pay myself on Friday. So I already went to the bank, I already got that money, I already deposited into my personal account. So because a lot of, you know, my debts I don't pay out of, when you have a business account, you can't pay personal debt out of your business account. That's only for business expenses, like your car note, well, your van note, car note, whatever you have that you're using for your business. Your insurance, gas. If you have a home office, if you have an LLC and an EIN number and the whole 9 yards, you can write off your mortgage or your rent, your light bill, your water bill, your sewer bill, your internet, anything that's used in the house, even food. If you have to buy food, just say for your house, you can say you had a business meeting. You can write that off. I'm not telling you to go ahead and buy $400 or $500 worth of groceries. You understand what I'm saying? But if you buy like those small things, you could say that you had a luncheon, or you made dinner for a client, or whatever the case may be. So there's a lot of things you can write off when you have a business now. But personal debt, like credit cards or loans that does not pertain to the business, you can't write that off. So you can't pay that out of your business account. You have to pay that out of your personal account. So like I said, I normally pay myself every Friday, and I make sure that it's enough to cover the bills that's coming up the following week, and you know, to have extra money in my pocket for when we have family outings or we might want to go out to dinner. I normally take money out of that and I put money into my business savings account for any maintenance fees. And then on my personal bank side, I have a savings account. So I have money going into my savings account every 2 weeks. And I can't get that out until the end of October. So it saves the money. You can't get it out. You can put more money in it, but you can't get it out till the end of October. And then it comes out and goes into your checking account. So it's a good way to save all the way around for anything that kind of comes up. I wish I had a lot of money saved when I first started, but I didn't have $5,000 saved. 3 months that was gone, so I'm having to start all over with my savings. But things are totally getting better, and by April of next year, man, I'll be 100% better. Okay, I'll get rid of this. I don't have a cold, I just have like a dry cough. I cannot get rid of it. It's crazy. Anyway, this is it for this video. Like I said, gonna text my contract number 2. Normally, by the time I get back, the airspace probably will be coming out, since they normally come out after 2 o'clock. Curry, I don't know what I'm gonna do about Curry. I really don't. I got my van on there, I got my car on there, and it's like, oh my God, the rates are so horrible. They had one this morning that was going 119 miles, and they were offering $79. I'm like, I'm not taking that crap. Like, it just makes me want to just take it off my phone. Like, I'm gonna go on a delete spree at the end of this year. I'm waiting until after the holidays over, and the majority of these gig apps I'm taking off my phone. I'm only gonna keep a few of them. So if I don't get anything from my contract, if I don't get anything from airspace, I'm turning on Uber Eats, and I know I could, this Friday, I can make a quick $200 at Uber Eats tonight. As soon as I get back, I can turn it on 4 o'clock, lunchtime is 5 o'clock. They have incentives on Fridays. You can get an extra $26 for each 8 deliveries. So I know I can do at least 16, I can do 2 rounds of that incentive. So that'll be an extra $52 that I can make. So that's probably what I'll do if I don't get anything else to add to the point. Because like I said today, whatever I make today tomorrow is bonus. That's bonus money for me. So anyway, y'all have a great weekend. Y'all have a blessed and prosperous weekend. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna see what's going on tomorrow. I think turn on Roadie, turn on Freight, turn on Bungee, turn on GoShare. Curry doesn't work on the weekend. Dispatch doesn't work on the weekend. And I don't think I ever see the airspace on the weekend. Not in my area, not that I know of. So I'll be turning those on. I'm gonna get out the house by 10. See what I can make on there to about maybe 3. And then I'm thinking about calling it an early day. If I don't call it an early day, I'll probably turn on Uber Eats and do Uber Eats till maybe about 7, 8 o'clock. I'm not going to stay out real late tomorrow. I really want to call it an early day, so I might just end up doing that. But anyway, y'all have a great weekend, blessed, prosperous weekend. I wish you guys all the luck in everything that you are doing. And remember, you have to stay motivated. You got to keep putting 1 foot forward. It may look gloomy today, but the sun will be out tomorrow. All right? So y'all take it easy. Peace out.